Very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are, shooting episode number 8 for my series Breaking Bread with DMI, and I have a very special guest, Mr. Ankur Agarwal, the founder and CEO of the B Story. Ankur, it's good to meet you after 4 years, I guess.
Almost, yeah.
Almost 4 years. I know Ankur from a very long time because he was a marketing head for various organizations, and I used to, go to him with my magazines for advertisements and all. And today I'm sitting with him, and he on a different role. So, Ankur, I want to start by asking, can you take us to the journey of the B Story, which is your company?
Yeah, sure. So this journey started during the lockdown times.
Okay.
When there was the first lockdown in 2020,
Okay.
that's when we all had some free times, and then I started as a hobby कि कुछ करते हैं, and then coming from family farming background,
Okay.
I set up my first bee box into my own backyard in my
Okay.
balcony.
Okay.
Uh, and started as a hobby doing my R&D for 2 years, wherein I produce my own honey in my single bee box.
Okay.
I produce my own raw honey we consumed at home. And then after 2 years, I decided that, okay, it's time to go into it full fledged.
Okay.
So that time, that was last year in 2022,
Mm-hmm.
I was heading the marketing division for a MNC into manufacturing.
Mm-hmm.
And I decided to quit and go full fledged into this bee farming and raw honey production.
Okay.
So this started in Gujarat. The
Okay.
journey started in Gujarat, and now
Okay.
I'm in Bangalore.
Okay.
So taking it all from there.
Okay. And the company name says the B Story.
The bee
So
story.
what was the idea behind keeping the, or it plain and simple that, honey and bee or the.
Uh, this was this was the easiest to start with.
Okay.
मेरे को ज़मीन नहीं चाहिए थी फार्मिंग के लिए.
Okay.
I can just take a bee box and then start producing my own honey in my own apartment balcony.
Okay.
So that was how it started. But now we have more than 100 bee boxes,
Okay.
and we have a lot of farmers who move around with these bee boxes across the farms and fields
Okay.
producing raw honey.
Okay.
So yes, so capital investment was very less.
Okay.
फार्म हाउस खरीदने की जरूरत नहीं थी. We don't
Mm-hmm.
need a agriculture field. We
Correct.
just need to know the vicinity. We just need to know the understand the weather conditions, the flowering seasons patterns,
Mm-hmm.
and then make sure that our bees get the right nectar at the right time.
Correct. One thing, I'm also a consumer of honey since my childhood. In our tradition, at early age when we are either cold or flu, with parents used to give us some doses of honey and tulsi. So it has got a lot of health benefits. So what sort of I want to understand the processes of how you come up with different varieties of honey. The processes. B, the current market or the your presence where you are, reaching out to your customers. Two important things which I want to ask in this.
Okay, so see, the raw honey is taken out into different stages. So क्या होता है कि bees जब honey generate करती हैं, process करती हैं, it's a
Mhm.
cycle of 30 to 35 days.
Okay.
Sometimes it goes to 45 days also,
Okay.
depending on the variant and the weather,
Okay.
the how much nectar do the bees collect, and all those various factors come into picture.
Okay.
So after 30 to 35 days, when the honey is matured in the bee combs,
Okay.
in the honeycombs,
Okay.
we take out those honeycombs,
Mm-hmm.
we uncap the bee wax which
Mm-hmm.
they've used to seal it, and then
Mm-hmm.
we extract the honey and just filter it to take out the impurities and pack it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how the entire cycle happens. So we don't do any heating, we don't do any kind of processing
Okay.
for the raw honey.
Okay.
Then coming to the flavors,
Mm-hmm.
so a lot of people assume that इसमें कुछ अलग से artificial flavors use किया है. So for example, we have the ajwain honey, we have the forest, multiflora, and jamun honey.
Yes.
So how these flavors come into honey is very interesting.
Yes.
क्या होता है कि जब honey जब अजवाइन का खेती होता है
Mm-hmm.
तो हम बी बॉक्सेस को अजवाइन के खेतों के पास लगा देते हैं जब
Oh,
उनका फ्लावरिंग सीजन होता है.
okay.
सो जो बीज होती हैं दे विल कलेक्ट द नेक्टर फ्रॉम द विसिनिटी
Mm-hmm.
which is 90-95% अजवाइन फ्लावर्स.
Mm-hmm.
सो अब अजवाइन फ्लावर से नेक्टर्स लेंगी तो उसकी इनहेरिट इनहेरिट फ्लेवर्स इनहेरिट प्रॉपर्टीज अपने आप हनी में आ जाता है.
Okay.
So that's how we get the ajwain flavors. That's how we get the jamun flavors.
Okay.
So we don't mix anything artificial into it to
Okay.
get that flavors.
Okay. And
Yeah.
secondly, what sort of which is the market right now you are catering, and your presence, like you have a website, you reach out to your customers via website,
We have
and
our website. We are listed on Amazon as well.
okay.
And we are trying to reach the urban consumers as much as possible, especially in the metro cities,
Mm-hmm.
where what happens is the knowledge level is very less in the
Correct.
urban consumers.
Correct.
So a lot of people don't know the difference between a commercial honey and a raw honey. So I'll give you an example. Last week, a couple of weeks back, we participated into a farmers market,
Okay.
into a society,
Okay.
and a lot of people came to us asking that what is this raw honey.
Mm-hmm.
We just opened a raw honey box and then asked them to taste it.
Correct.
And the moment they tasted, they were like, "Wow, what
Ah.
is this?" They were blown away, literally blown away.
Correct.
And then we were impressed. They were impressed that this is what raw honey is. Why don't you
Correct.
give me one?
Correct.
How can you order? And then the conversation started rolling in.
Correct.
So that's when they realized, okay, commercial honey बहुत ही different है compared to a raw honey.
Raw honey.
Just a visual, अगर आपको visual अगर आपको inspect करना है कि how do I inspect visually difference between a commercial and raw honey?
Mm-hmm.
Raw honey will never look the same.
Okay.
It will be different from batches to batches. It will
Okay.
be different from flavors to flavors.
Okay.
Commercial honey आपको same दिखेगा.
Yes.
अगर आप किसी shop पे जाते हैं और देखते हैं there are XYZ brands over there,
Yes.
commercial honey, they will all look the same.
Yes.
Same color, same texture, everything will be the same.
Correct.
Raw honey, on the other hand, will differ from batches to batches.
Okay.
हमारा forest honey 2 महीने पहले was a different consistency,
Yes.
different color, different shade.
Okay.
इस महीने जो आएगा there will be a different shade.
Okay.
So because it's raw, it's not processed, it's
Yes.
all nature dependent. We can't control the nature,
Agree.
fortunately.
Yes.
So, so that's how
Right,
it is. So visually, you can
Correct.
inspect that way.
Correct. And what sort of flavors you have right now in your?
Currently, we have 4 flavors.
Okay.
We have forest honey, which is sourced from the forest. It's come from the wildflowers.
Okay.
So I'll give you an example. Like there's a tea and coffee estate, which is like 200-300 acres.
Okay.
We put our bee boxes in those coffee estates, tea estates,
Okay.
and then the bees collect the nectars from those wildflowers,
Mm-hmm.
and that's how we get the forest honey.
Mm-hmm.
We have ajwain honey, which is from the ajwain flowers.
Mm-hmm.
We have jamun honey, which is from the jamun flowers,
Okay.
and then we have multiflora.
Okay.
So multiflora is from the uh, urban flowers. So
Okay.
let's say we have in the local farmhouses में हमने bee boxes लगाए.
Okay.
वहाँ पर आपके apple orchards हैं. We have guava. We have pomegranate. Different varieties of fruits वहाँ पे grow कर रहे हैं.
Mm-hmm.
उनके जो flowers के mix से जो honey बनता है, that is multiflora.
Correct.
So that is all urban flowers.
Correct.
Forest honey is from the wildflowers.
Okay. To throw you few numbers, because I am not an expert, so I did my research. So currently the market size of honey till 2022 was 23 point some million dollars, and it is expected to grow till 38.3 million dollars by 2028.
Mhm.
And the three biggest consumers of honey is United States of America, number one. Number two is Germany, followed by Japan. And I have just seen stats which says per capita India consumes 50 gram as compared to the 250 gram globally. So how do you see why people are not consuming honey? I don't know, because you are the expert here. And B, why do you see the change in numbers when India is exporting number 8, I guess, when it comes to production? I don't know, raw honey or commercial honey, but why do you see those change in numbers according to you as a?
सी क्या होता है इंडिया में रॉ हनी का कंजम्पशन आज भी बहुत कम है. प्रीडोमिनेंटली बिकॉज जो भी रॉ हनी इंडिया में प्रोड्यूस होता है वो पूरा एक्सपोर्ट हो जाता है.
Correct.
बिकॉज it could be the cost, it
Mhm.
could be the distribution issues, it could be the knowledge levels of people, it could be a number of reasons.
Okay.
तो रॉ हनी का इंडिया में मार्केट में आज भी देखेंगे शॉप्स में बहुत कम मिलेगा, हार्डली एनी शॉप्स विल बी हैविंग रॉ हनी, दे विल ऑल
Correct.
हैव कमर्शियल प्रोसेस्ड हनी.
Okay.
सो रॉ हनी का कंजम्पशन इसीलिए कम है क्योंकि रीच कम है,
Mhm.
और मोस्टली एक्सपोर्ट से आता है क्योंकि कॉस्ट थोड़ा हाई रहता है रॉ हनी का,
Yes.
और एक्सपोर्ट्स में वैल्यू अच्छी मिलती है, वैल्यूशंस अच्छी मिलती है रॉ हनी की.
Correct.
So that's why. And then there is one more reason. So let's say for example crystallization of honey.
Mhm.
So लोग बोलते हैं कि अगर हनी क्रिस्टलाइज हो रहा है तो वो खराब है, which is not the case.
Okay.
It's on the other way around. अगर क्रिस्टलाइज हो रहा है तो वो अच्छा है.
Okay.
इंडिया में इस चीज़ का नॉलेज लेवल कम है, तो और बाहर बोलते हैं, अब्रॉड में बोलते हैं कि क्रिस्टलाइज हो रहा है मतलब अच्छा है, तो रॉ
Okay.
हनी अच्छा है.
Okay.
So that's why they consume more raw honey, less commercial honey.
Mhm.
इंडिया में it's on the other way.
Okay.
So raw honey crystallize होगा क्योंकि
Okay.
उसमें moisture रहता है.
Okay.
So
No
that's why.
treatment. Okay, no treatment is there. Secondly, since you come from the marketing background, when it comes to, I can see beautiful, the logos and the presence. I see your Instagram post and all. So what helped you when it comes to your knowledge? Because since you are marketing head of different MNCs, and you did print exhibitions, because you have done from last so many years. So what learnings you have put when it comes to marketing, so that every dollar counts for you, because since you are the founder of the company.
So when I was doing my R&D into honey,
Mm-hmm.
we did a lot of market research and surveys and all.
Yes.
We realized that जो packaging है raw honey की, that is not as uh, enticing, that is not as presentable,
Yes.
which is currently available. So
Correct.
that was one of the reason why we wanted to make it look attractive.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to make it more informational,
Okay.
and we wanted to make it look like a very what do you say, something appealing to the Gen Z and millennials. So
Okay.
that was the reason why we did a lot of focus. So product तो अच्छा है ही,
Yes.
जो प्रोडक्ट की अपीयरेंस है वो भी अच्छी होनी चाहिए.
Yes. जो
So
दिखता है वो बिकता
जो
है.
दिखता है वो बिकता है,
Correct.
और once you taste it then there's no going back to
Okay.
the commercial honey.
Okay.
So एक बार लोगों को अट्रैक्ट करने के लिए we wanted a very visually appealing product,
Yes.
and then at the same time when they get attracted they also taste it and then they are
Okay.
hooked to it.
Okay. To end it, I want last question. Then I know it's a busy day for you. Uh, Two things. One, what do you want to tell to the viewers who are listening to this interview about your company? B, why people should look at buying B Story. One, to your appealing to what is your let's say punchline, or a go-to line that if I say, like, Nike has its own, every company has its own. Why people should buy B Story products? And because I know, because time is short, because we can speak at length on health benefits. Like every morning the people are mother, or lot of content we see put honey and lemon, it will make you slim. But we are not getting the right honey. I don't want to name the brands, because I have lot of honey I have also bought, and now they have turned into solids. Which after 6 months we have to throw it. Like, getting the right product is what I because I have tasted your ajwain flavor, and the first question I asked, have you what how
Mix
you brought
something in
the
it,
flavor? Yeah.
right, right.
So you answered it well. So two things: one, what do you want to say to the readers, and B, how do they can reach out to you to
Okay,
access to this
see,
brand?
आज की डेट में हनी के benefits everybody knows.
Mhm.
The question is it authentic?
Okay.
So one of the major thing what we did was, uh, I did not want to involve any third party into my honey.
Okay.
So the entire raw honey that comes from my bottle,
Mhm.
the entire supply chain is controlled by the Bee Story people.
Okay.
We have our own farms, we have our own farmers, we have our
Okay.
own beehives,
Okay.
and the entire production chain is controlled by us.
Okay.
So right from the production of honey, which is done by the bees,
Okay.
to packaging,
Okay.
we take care of the entire supply chain.
Okay.
That is one.
Mm.
Secondly, we don't use plastics in our packaging.
Okay.
That is our major USP, I'll say,
Mhm.
because we don't want to contaminate Even food grade plastics, we are not very sure about it. So we have got glass jars, we have metal lids.
Okay.
Even the packaging, when we courier it to people, that doesn't have any bubble wraps or anything.
Okay.
We use entire paper based packaging.
Okay.
So it's very a sustainable kind of a thing that we focus on.
Okay.
Cardboard boxes, the honeycomb paper,
Okay.
the paper packaging.
Mhm.
So even the tapes is not sellotape, it's paper tapes.
Okay.
So end to end, it's all
Sustainable.
completely sustainable product.
Okay.
And yeah, so if you want to order it, we always have our website, we have our WhatsApp group,
Mhm.
we are listed on Amazon. You can
Mhm.
just Google it, we can find it online.
Okay.
Any questions you have about raw honey, we are always open to answer them, to reach out to people.
Mhm.
Uh, our main objective is to reach as many people as possible and convince them on a raw honey,
Mhm.
move towards a more healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
So, and this is what we consume at our home
Mhm.
for the last 3 years. So
Correct.
we will not consume which we don't are not
Correct.
sure about
Correct.
at our homes. So yeah, if you consume at homes, it is safe for us, and safe for us, safe for you.
Correct. Thank you, Ankur. It's pleasure to talk to you, and do check out the B Story website and order honey now. Thank you, Ankur. Have a great day.
Thank
Thank you.
you. Thanks a
Thank you.
lot. Bye bye.